Yo, what's good, guys? We are back at it again with another MLB The Show video. And first things first, before we get into some of the negativity, I do want to thank all you guys. We got 5,000 people here now. That's a crazy number that I didn't think I would hit when I first started. And it's great to see. I appreciate all the new faces, all the new people. We're going to keep the content coming, like it or not. So let's get into the topic of today's video, which is discussing the mode of Diamond Dynasty and the direction SDS seems like they want to take it in, and kind of how I feel about it, right? We're not going to get into gameplay. I think it's the worst it's been in quite a few years. Don't want to talk about that. Don't want to talk about the servers, because the servers are horrendous also. But we'll just skip over that, because that would just be too much negativity, because I've got plenty to say about the state of Diamond Dynasty right now. Clearly SDS was not getting enough money from us. Clearly them, getting us to buy the game every year and getting Xbox to give them exclusive deals to get it on Game Pass. I'm sure Xbox was shelling out probably millions of dollars for that. Clearly that is not enough for them. They want more. They want more margins. They want more profit. And that would be great if they reinvest it next year. I guarantee you we'll have the same servers. We'll have the same amount of freeze offs. We will have basically the same game that we have been getting for a decade now. And I don't think that's a bad thing, but if all this new money's coming in and this is working how they plan for it to work, then I would be curious to see where it's going, because I have a good idea of where it's going. But that would all but confirm it. So what am I talking about? If you haven't been on today, we got this bad boy today. They announced that these would be coming out yesterday. They were like, look for the show classics to arrive in game on this date. And, we were all hyped. We were like, it's fun to, go back and use some of the more memorable cards from previous years, stuff like that. It's always fun to see how those translate year to year. They just dropped the pack. There's no program. There's no way to grind. There's no way to get this pack for free. In the past, we have been accustomed, and we kind of have this unspoken agreement with SDS, right? Where we hype them up, we gas up the game every year. We're like, it's the best Ultimate Team mode. It puts FIFA and Madden to shame. SDS actually cares about their players. It's different over here. You should try it out. And in the past, I would agree with that sentiment, and I would say that. But this kind of brings that into question. Like, what am I looking at right now? There's no way to get this pack for free. No way to get this pack for free. You can't play Conquest for it. It's not a mini season reward. It's not a ranked reward. It might be in the future. Maybe they'll put it in the ranked path. They probably will, come to think about it. But they'll probably gate it to where only people who actually make World Series will be able to get it. It'll probably be something like that. So there's no way to attain this pack at the moment. No money spent, which has been kind of the theme for a lot of these, right? This pipeline card is nowhere. The pack that had Jackson Holiday and Skeens in it, that was nowhere to be found. The only one they have put in any packs, or the only pack they've given out for free, was that Corbin Carroll and Juan Soto one, which wasn't really that great of a pack to start with. But you can see their prices have tanked. And then the only reason these cards go down at all is because they throw them in vault packs, and people get them when they hit 700 rating, or maybe you're at the end of the XP path like one guy is. We'll get into that here in a minute also. Or pretty much just 700 rating, or you buy them and you get lucky and get one of these inserts and you make like 10k. So that's the only thing keeping their price remotely down, because there's no way to get the pack. There's no supply of the pack anymore. And I think we're gonna see a similar thing here. This is setting a deadly precedent, because it's already kind of at the highest ranks on Legend. You kind of have to be running one of these captain boosts that give you a lot of contact. Because you have disgustingly good pitchers like John and Randy and stuff. So this is a card that is basically needed on every God Squad right now. When you look at the stats against lefty, when you look at the best two pitchers in the game right now, it's John and Randy. If you're somebody like myself who plays a lot of co-op, this is a must bring card, because you're going to be seeing John and Randy every game, back to back, guaranteed. So this is a must have card for a lot of God Squads right now. And you're looking at 130k, 110 by now. Not everybody has that stubs. I'm fortunate that I do. Not everybody has that amount of stubs, because there's no way to make stubs. If you're not flipping, if you're not running infinite mini seasons on repeat, There's no way for people to make stubs right now. If you're very good at the game, yeah, you can sprint to World Series or you can farm 10 of those in BR. But even that's not the easiest thing in the world, and not everybody can do it, right? We're talking about such a small percentage of the population that can do that. Edward Cabrera. This card's good, and relative to every other starter in the game, he is probably one of the best 5 in the game. You would probably need him in a God Squad rotation. This card's 130k. You're looking at 260k, basically every stub I've earned, to get those 2 cards, and they're kind of needed to have the best team in the game. And it will be fine if there was cheap alternatives, but there's not. If you're no money spent, if you are completely no money spent, you are basically restricted right now to running some form of probably Randy, because you've probably played enough rank to go get Randy. Probably Mizorowski, probably John Smoltz or Jim Palmer, and then Greinke and Webb or Flaherty. That's your no money spent rotation right now. That's not messing with this rotation. If I go get, if I go rebuy Skeens and get Corbin Burns and then get the new Edward Cabrera, that rotation is so much better than what anybody could do no money spent. Even if you just direct some of your stubs towards like going out and getting a John, for instance, still not the same. That's one pitcher you're getting there. The bullpen isn't pay to win yet, just because a lot of the bullpen's fairly weak. But even then, right? Rogers, one of the better legend relievers. Sir Anthony, one of the better legend relievers. I don't know why Kimbrel's in the air, but for the most part, the bullpen is no money spent. So that's a bright side. But I'm sure we'll get some packs here in a minute. When you look at my team, right, I'm running basically the best team you can possibly have in the game. And now I'm missing like Castellanos and stuff. But prior to that, this is like the best card. Most people are running like 90s, 91, 92s at most positions. If you've kept up, if you've been on top of your grinding. And then they're dropping 95, so you can just buy. And we've already seen what Team Infinity looks like. They've already showed the AL West and the NL West, and you're looking at 93 overalls with probably no collection reward. For a lot of people, it'll probably be the difference between you getting Rich Arulia and not. And he's okay, but he's not great. And he's definitely not good enough to compete with like this Castellanos, this Cabrera. There's no way to get these cards. In the past, we've been able to get them for free. You kind of get the chance, right? Everybody earns one pack, and maybe you get really lucky and you hit the high round, but you probably don't. And then you just kind of take those stubs, or maybe there's a low round card you want to use. This has been, the precedent that has been set all year. And initially, we gave them a lot of slack. We're like, yeah, that sucks that there's no Skeen/holiday pack in this program. But a lot of us gave them a pass because we were like, the game's not even out yet. They probably got some good programs planned down the road. They didn't. They did the egg hunt. Is there an egg hunt 40k pack in here? Nope. You're getting basically 2 usable players in Heimer and Yelich, which is fine. But that 40k pack needs to be in there. And then you have these. These are the biggest offender of all. They basically have taken Tops Now moments and monetized them by putting those in the store. Not only that, these aren't choice packs. When you hit the high round, you're basically rolling the dice as to whether you will get Cabrera or Singer. And it kind of feels very FIFA-ish. If you guys have played FIFA, you'll know you'll pull 20, maybe even 100 Kevin De Bruynes before you get an Mbappe. And they're the same overall, and they're supposed to have the same odds, but they don't because of the name value of the players. And that's kind of seeming to be where we're heading with this, right? When you're hiding cards behind this, it's supposed to be a 1 in 5. I guarantee you there are way more Brady Singers being pulled than Oswaldo. But you can see just from the price, right? Yeah, Ozzy's better than Singer. He's not 40, 50k better than Singer. So I don't know. It's a mixed bag. And then you have headliners who are pretty much worthless the moment they come out because you have this pack that almost guarantees to pull them. So no headliner unless they're the most meta option at their position will ever be more than 35k. So that's crazy. And that's a problem in its own right. It's going in a dangerous direction where no money spent is almost not becoming viable. Absolutely crazy. you're going to have to start flipping, or you're going to have to be very sweaty with your stubs. You're going to have to be very careful about what you actually put money into. My biggest tip for that would be careful about these season collections, right? By the time we get these cards, are they even going to be that good? Satchel's already pretty trash. Like, honestly, this Satchel could be available right now. I don't think he would be nearly the problem people think he's going to be. This Brett, these power numbers will probably be low when he comes out, which is fine. It's fine because the way perfects play this year. But in general, those are low power numbers. And then Willie, who probably looks like the best card, has the worst swing. There may be better center fielders by the time this card's actually acquirable. So I would urge you guys, be careful with who you lock in here. Do not put Stubbs into here. You can see I've had John since the day the game came out. Not locking him in. I'm not locking in. You can see I don't even have that many. I try to stay away from a lot of the market cards. And I've sold a lot of mine. I've sold Skeens, I've sold Burns, I've sold Evan Phillips. That's why I have so many stubs, because I feel like I was hoping anyway that Team Affinity would bring some competitive options at those positions, and so their price would go down. So I thought it was a smart idea to sell them. Maybe I'm regretting that now, because I don't know. From the Team Affinity cards we've seen, they look extremely mid. None of them look remotely close to this Castellanos, right? This Castellanos is being rewarded, right? He's min-maxed, basically. If you're not familiar with that term, it means he's not that fast. He's a poor defender. He's playing to the meta of the game. He has bad vision, which is a fake stat. Vision doesn't matter too much. Maybe on Legend, you can make the argument for it. Has low discipline. Discipline's completely arbitrary. It's supposed to kind of, it makes the CPU play better with cards and not swing as many balls. And it's supposed to help your check swings as a user, but it really doesn't. And then durability. Like, if they really wanted to be scumbags, they would lower the durability and then put those stats somewhere else. But this is a very min-max card. He does the perfect amount of things for a Diamond Dynasty card. And then we're going to get like a 93 overall Ozzie Smith out of Team Affinity or something like that. Just a card that's completely not meta, is basically useless on higher difficulties, doesn't really get used by anybody. That's what we'll get. That's what you'll get for free. But if you want to dump stubs into the game, if you want to dump actual money into the game, you can get this very meta hitter that's up there with Yordan Alvarez for being probably the best hitter in the game and being a necessity for co-op. That is insane. I don't like the direction the game's headed in. And they really have to redeem themselves. They have to start putting some of these in the program packs. If they don't, then we have a dark future ahead of us for this game. It looks really bad, I think, for the rest of this game. So other than that, I want to talk about the XP path, right? Because that was kind of what a lot of us were tempted by this year was, we're going to have kind of a slight return to form where there will be power scaling, but it will be in 4 separate kind of times. And then, you'll have the wipe. Your team will get wiped and you'll have to earn those wild card spots back, in order to use some of your previous season cards. That looks like basically a complete lie, because SDS didn't do their homework. They don't know how people can earn XP in their own game. They have absolutely no idea. You can see I am somebody who has not got off the game since this came out. I make content on the game. I enjoy the game more or less. I try to play the game a good amount. I think I've hit probably the daily XP cap all but like maybe 5 days the game's been out. I've been on my grind, let's say. I've done 3 mini seasons. But meanwhile, you have guys out here walking around with Andy Pettitte. And you know what? No hate to this guy. No hate to this guy. He's doing it right. This is what all of you should be doing, honestly. Because he has Pettitte. We'll just tab over to the NL real quick. He has Pettitte. He has Jimmy Rollins. And he has... Where's Rockies? Come on. He has Larry Walker. He's already got the 3 boss cards for this season. He's living large. He has arguably 3 of like the top probably 5 cards in the game right now. and he is starting to get into this repeatable path where he just has a straight up chance to get Trout every 2 days, right? Because you earn daily XP up to 15,000, and that's assuming he's actually going to stop his mini season grind, or any XP he would get from playing BR, any XP he would get from playing ranked, any XP he would get from playing events, anything like that, any collections, any of that. So every 2 days, he's guaranteed a chance at maybe getting a Trout or whatever that stub denomination is. I would hope it's at least 5K to reward people for being at the end of the path. A chase pack, so that's pretty much a guaranteed diamond. A vault pack, that's almost a guaranteed diamond. And then a headliner pack. You'll probably get the headliner more than the others. But still, he's sitting here farming stubs. This guy is going to make a ridiculous amount of stubs off of this, especially if he keeps up his mini season grind. If he knows what's good for him, he'll keep running up mini seasons. Because it's the best way, right? If you can do, I think each mini season's probably like 14,000 XP, something like that. You combine your daily XP with that, you're doing one of these a day. If you're playing one mini season a day, which, is not super realistic because the mini season takes about 6 hours to do, every 2 days, let's say he finishes a mini season every 2 days, he gets his daily play. He's making basically what, like 45, let's just call it 45,000 every 2 days. So he's getting three of these packs in basically no time. Per week, he's getting 3 to 4 of these packs, 3 to 4 chances at Trout, a chase pack. And that's just for playing the game. He could go to playing the game like a normal person from now on. He could go play ranked and stuff, and he'll get one of these basically every other day. It's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, it just completely destroys the scaling, the balancing of the game right now. That dude has probably the best pitcher in the game right now. Randy and John are debatable, but their through nines aren't great. So probably the best pitcher in the game right now. Arguably the best right fielder in the game. It's Larry Walker and Babe Ruth, and Larry's better in the field, so it's kind of what do you want? And then Jimmy Rollins, who is a switch hitter. It's impossible to find switch hitters. There's not a lot of switch hitters you can work into your lineup right now. So he's probably the most valuable out of all of them. It's just crazy. It has completely destroyed the scaling of the game. That's what everybody should be doing. If your bottom line is making stubs and wanting to field the most competitive, no money spent team, mini seasons is where you need to be. And that has become very apparent because it's the only way to really farm repeatable packs. There's no other way to do it other than run the USA map on repeat, which is a worse use of your time. You're getting some guaranteed stubs out of the mini seasons, and then like every 5 you're running, you're getting like 5 pack of ballin'. As a habits, you're getting like a 20 bundle, and you're getting whatever else you get. What else do you get from the exchanges? You are getting a 5 pack and a ballin'. So you're getting a ballin'. So you're getting like 6 ballins and 10 extra packs for like every 3 mini seasons you run, every 3 to 5, something like that. So that's where you need to be right now. And that's become very apparent because ranked is not worth your time. If you're not somebody that can sprint to World Series, it's not worth your time. If you're not somebody who can be the first person in the world to get the event rewards, probably not worth your time. If you physically cannot go 10-0 in BR, if you do not possess the capabilities to go 10-0 in BR, it's not worth your time. If you want to field the best team in the game, you're going to have to open your wallet. I got very lucky, and, I kept my ear to the ground, and I heard about the Road to the Show glitch. That's gone. They patched that unbelievably fast. I think a couple years ago, we had something very similar to that, where you would load up like a Joe Random roster with 40 overall knuckleballers, and they would just walk you, and you would score like 300 runs a game, and you would finish an entire archetype in like one game. That, I don't know if that ever got patched. I'll be honest. I have no idea. You know why? Because I did every archetype in like a week. That took weeks to get patched, if it did even get patched. They did this. They shot down this Road to the Show glitch basically the day after it came out. I mean, it's crazy. Their priorities are so backwards this year. Live series is already useless. Like, you look at my team and you see I have some very good live series players in there. But all of them other than Jordan will be out of the team very soon. I promise you that. Assuming there is some cards to grind for. Maybe I'll just go farm 10 of those in BR. It seems to be about the only option right now. But yeah, guys, I don't want to be too negative, but I do want to put something out there. I feel like I owe it to the community that I have built to at least speak on it. Maybe somebody from SDS sees it. Probably not. They probably knew this was coming. They made this conscious decision early in their roadmap, and they probably knew that they would have to weather the storm. And the people that really have an issue with it will be off the game, and the people that do want to put up with it will buy the packs. They'll, their bottom line isn't hurting too much. It is what it is. Yeah, guys, hate to have to make this video, but felt like it had to be made. Till next time, peace.